Yeah, welcome back to my channel, guys. It's been a long time that I have made any video. Well, this video is very important. What decisions needs to be made considering those factors. But I think this video will help anyone who's planning to move from Ontario to Alberta. Moreover, Alberta is a great place to live. Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's been a long time that I have made any video. Well, this video is very important because it's about moving from province to province and whether Ontario is better or Alberta is better, what are the factors involved when you move, and what decisions needs to be made considering those factors. I have moved from Ontario to Alberta, and Canada is really a big country, and it is sometimes not easy to take a decision whether to live in this province, and if you study in this province, whether it's easy to move to another province for work. Moving in Canada from province to province is actually a very big decision because it's a wide country, and it requires lots of planning and commitment and decisions. Most of the time people, they just simply give up because it's not easy to move. But I think this video will help anyone who's planning to move from Ontario to Alberta. Change may not be easy, but sometimes it's necessary. Moreover, Alberta is a great place to live, and I think watching this video, you will probably benefit yourself by making that decision. So let's get started. Now let's decide what are the factors involved when you move from Alberta to Ontario. We will be considering factors I have broken down into 5. The first one is your cost of living, obviously, and wages. The second one is the real estate prices. The third one is the transport cost. The fourth one is the people around you, how friendly they are. Very interesting topic for me. And the fifth one and the last one is how are the taxes look like in Alberta? When you go out, how much do you spend? How much do you spend on the taxes? Let's go for the first one. Now, the main advantage of moving from Ontario to Alberta is the lower cost of living, way lower than Ontario. Almost every aspect of living in Alberta is cheaper than Ontario. On an average, the purchasing power in Ontario is 25% less than Alberta. Let's talk about the wages now. The minimum wage in Alberta is $15 an hour. The minimum wage in Ontario, it's still $14 per hour. So you earn more, you pay less. So obviously Alberta is much better when it comes to saving and when it comes to earning, which is like a primary need of everyone, especially for the immigrants moving to Canada. Therefore, with a lower cost of living in Alberta and a better pay than Ontario, of course you will save more, and your purchase power in Alberta is more than Ontario. So you don't think twice when you have to buy AirPods, or I don't know, you have to buy a camera. So you don't think twice, like in Ontario. The another element to be considered while moving to Alberta is the real estate market. Now let's go there. So I went on the rental market statistics summary, and what I see here, it's amazing. It's mind-blowing. The average rent for a 2-bedroom apartment in downtown Calgary is $1,136. It's right here. The most expensive is $1,240 in Beltline area. In Calgary, it's $1,210 per month, which is way cheaper. I know a few people in Toronto live at the harborfront downtown in Toronto. They pay close to $1,900 for a 1-bedroom apartment plus a den, not even 2 full bedroom apartments. And everyone living in Toronto knows that it's 1 bedroom plus den doesn't come less than $1,800. So you pay plus it's not just the rent, plus you pay your hydro, plus you pay close to $100 to $150 per month for parking. So you end up paying $2,000 for a 1-bedroom plus den apartment in Toronto downtown. Whereas in Calgary, you pay $1,100 to $1,200 in downtown for a 2 full bedroom apartments. Even if the hydro or the parking is extra, you won't be paying more than $1,350. It's that cheap. Now, once you start settling in Alberta, now when we talk about the real estate prices, when you plan for a house to buy in Alberta, is more practical, then you cannot even imagine buying a house in Ontario, which costs from $800,000 to close to $2 million. Now, let's see the prices in Alberta. How does the house prices look like? Now, if you see here, Vancouver is topping the list, $1 million for the average house price. Toronto is at second place, $870,000 for house price. Ottawa, 4.7, it's way cheaper than Toronto. Now here comes Calgary. You pay close to $400,000 for a house in Calgary, which includes at least 3 bedroom plus basement. Buying a house in Toronto or any place in Ontario, sometimes it's impossible, it's very hard, and you end up paying $800,000 to $1 million for a house. So it's a little difficult for most of us, but if you move to Calgary, you can actually imagine to buy a house which costs you $400,000. Now, the third one is transport. Let's see how transport daily pass. Now, in Toronto, it's TTC, Toronto Transport Corporation. For the day pass in Toronto, will cost you close to $13.50 for a whole day pass, whereas in Calgary it will cost you $11. So you save $2.50 right there on daily basis. It's way cheaper. Now, the fourth one, people around. Ontario is a place where most of the immigrants call it a home. They move from different part of the world. Everyone comes to Toronto, different race, different culture, more diversity there. You see more diversity in culture, you see more diversity in people. So compared to Ontario, you won't see that much diversity in Alberta, but yes, the population is not that much. Of course, I see Toronto is overpopulated, Ontario is overpopulated. When you go to a downtown, it's hardly you can walk freely there. But it's different in Calgary. When you go to Calgary, it's like in COVID, like all the time, because you don't see anyone on the street. So you don't see that diversity in Alberta because nobody actually leaves their country, or immigrants, they don't directly come to Alberta and settle. Now everyone comes to Ontario and then they move to different provinces according to their PR status or according to their nominations, according to their college, work, and then they move to different provinces. So you won't see that much diversity in Alberta, but then you still have mixed race here as well. You still have all the food joints, restaurant, you name it and you have it in Calgary. There's nothing missing. When you compare with Ontario, Ontario has more diversity. But people in Alberta is very calm, very polite. You will see a lot of First Nations, you will see lots of Indigenous people here living in Alberta, which you won't find in Ontario that much. So you experience a different part of Canada in Alberta. So it's balanced. Now, the most important part, we covered mostly everything. You go out, you come to Alberta, you pay less taxes on your income, you earn more than Ontario because the minimum wages are more than Ontario. Your spending power in Alberta is more. Now, why you spend more in Alberta has a reason. Alberta province doesn't have a provincial sales tax. So when you go out and eat in a restaurant, you pay 13% HST, which is provincial sales tax. When you go out in Alberta, you pay not even a half. You pay only 5% in GST tax on the food. So you don't spend that much. Let's have an example. So I checked my statement last month. I've spent $200 on restaurant bills last month. Now, if you spend average $200 every month, end of the year you pay $2,400 in the restaurant bills. And if you consider taxes in Ontario, you pay 13% taxes. Now, 13% of $2,400 is close to $300. You pay $300 as taxes on food bills every year in Ontario. Imagine how much do you pay in Alberta. According to 5% tax, you pay only $120 taxes yearly on food bill when you spend $2,400 yearly. Now, you save more than 50% taxes in Alberta. So when you see the long run, it adds up. You save $100 every year, so you save close to $200 every year on taxes, on just food bills, and they get adds up. When you spend 15 years, 20 years, they get adds up. So you save that much money. And it's not just a food bill. It's one of the example. You're going out, you're purchasing sports equipment. It's not just a food bill. You're doing groceries. The taxes are 5%. If you go do same grocery in Ontario, you pay 13% taxes. So imagine the amount of money we are spending in Ontario. And end of the day, it's difficult. It's end of the day, it's not even difficult. It's impossible to buy a house in Ontario, which is the sole aim for every immigrant moving to Canada, right? So I've compiled all this information. Let me know if this video was helpful to anyone. Write down in the comments. Thank you for watching this video, and I will be back with another set of videos soon. Have a good one, guys, and do not forget to please like and share this video with your friends and family, or your friends in Canada, or whoever is moving to Canada. Have a good one, guys.